Welcome back, everybody. One of the biggest concerns for parents is vehicle safety for their children. From potential collisions to overheating, there are so many hazards. Well, here are some tips to keep your children safe while they're in the vehicle is Melissa Krall. She's the coordinator for Safe Kids Washoe County, a St. Mary's partner. Hi, Melissa. Thanks for being with us.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi. Well, you are part of the Not Even for a Minute campaign. Tell us a little bit about that.
The Not Even for a Minute campaign is a public awareness campaign that Safe Kids Washoe County has done since 2006. It warns parents about different kinds of dangers. Most parents are good about making sure their children are restrained, but there are lots of other dangers around vehicles like temperatures, backover deaths, trunk entrapment, and power accessories.
Yeah, and even those things we think we have control of that we know about, like car safety seats. I went to go get my car seat looked at and they were like all wrong. I was like, how did I not know that? All right, why is vehicle safety so important for parents?
Well, there's different times of the year, there's different risks, and even though right now it feels like the temperatures are cooling down, heat in vehicles can still be a real concern for children. With the window shut, a car can heat up 20 degrees in about 10 minutes, and children's bodies don't compensate or cope for the heat the same way that adults do, and so heat stroke becomes a really potential risk, and that's the name we try to remind parents not to leave their children in the car, not even for a minute.
Yeah, that's anytime you see that, you should call 911 if you see a child in a car where there's warm temperatures. It could be an issue. What would you say are what are the areas that are most vulnerable for drivers?
You know, one of the reasons we started this campaign is the blind zones around vehicles, back bumpers and front bumpers too. We had 3 backover deaths in our community, 2 that happened in 1 week. And the blind zones, especially in larger vehicles, as our vehicles grow with SUVs, minivans, but even just in regular sized cars, you can have a blind zone behind your bumper for 25 or 30 feet, and that's not possible to see a toddler. Kids move quickly, they want to be with their parents or their caregivers, and they run behind a vehicle before an adult or a driver even knows they're there.
Such sad stories too when you hear about that. What would you say are some of the other tips for drivers when they're dealing with their vehicles and kids?
You know, one of the things we talk about most often is if a child goes missing, try to remember to look in your vehicle, because kids like to play in and around cars. They like to get in and pretend they're driving. They like to play hide and seek in the trunk, and that is unfortunately how children often get trapped. Cars manufactured after the early 2000s have a trunk release, but kids don't always know how to release those, and parents don't always find them in time.
Yeah, and they can't, sometimes they get in, they lock the door, can't figure out how to unlock it when it's that button, they can't find it. Super scary. What would you say to people if they'd like to know more information about Not Even for a Minute? How can they get that info?
They can come to our website, which is www.safekidswc.com, and they'll find all of our partners and all of our information online.
A lot of good information, very important for parents to just take a sneak peek, if not really delve into all of that. Melissa Krall, thanks so much for being with us. I appreciate it. Great information. All right, we go now to Alex with a look at our somewhat stormy forecast. Hi, Alex.
Good morning, Melissa. Lightning lit up the night sky last night, but are we in for another round? We'll see what Mother Nature's brewing up for us coming up in your forecast after this short break.